into the darkness. I can see you guiding me. I'll follow in your footsteps, mother, for so long. Head into the darkness. You don't wanna follow me. Say goodbye to everything. Say so long. Alrighty, welcome all you clever cliff climbers. I am Teeaboo and I am here for Made in Abyss, episode 9. We have survived the survival test, and now we make our way to the edge of the Great Fault. And I have but one question for you, given as you are such clever cliff climbers. I love the alliteration. Such clever cliff climbers. And my question for you is this: whose fault is it? I'm just kidding. I don't know. I do wonder if the word being used in the Nihongo, in the Japanese, for fault has the same sort of a double meaning that we get in English. Because in English, fault has a couple of meanings. It could mean a big crack in the ground, or a really big crack in the ground, like the San Andreas Fault that is relatively near me and will eventually kill everyone I know. But it also frequently means blame, like that's your fault. You are to blame for this thing, and it's yours, and it's a thing that you own. So I wonder if the Japanese has the same sort of a meaning, and if so, I'm going to keep an eye out for any sort of fault or blame or rift that develops here between our characters, because that is something that we have not had any of. I stopped myself from saying that we've been lacking, because it doesn't feel like it's lacking to me. It doesn't feel like it's a necessary element necessarily, but it is a common element in stories like this. In film, in movies, we'll refer to it as the second act tension. And I like to think of like Seth Rogen movies or like buddy cop films, and you'll get to a point about 2/3 of the way through the film where we are not at the climax or the build up to it yet, and what we need is some kind of attention. And so our two primary characters have some kind of falling out, the plot or their directions or their desires or goals. And often this is set up really early in the movie. Like one person has one dream, the other person has another dream, and they never really discuss it. And you know that it's brewing in the background, and eventually comes to light, and it ends in the sequence where they're both like, well, fine, you go your way, and fine, I'll go my way. And then we do a slow, sad montage with maybe some acoustic music, and we sit on swings outside and like do things that they were doing together, but they're doing them separately and it doesn't feel the same, and all that shit happens. And then eventually our characters find some plot related reason to reconcile and bring the band back together for one last show and, you know, knock down the establishment or whatever the fuck they're gonna do. You get me? We haven't had any sort of tension between Rico and Reg at all. We've hinted at possibilities, but they're all in the realm of, we don't really know what Reg's whole deal is, and so anything is possible, you know? And that's not quite it. So here we are. I'm going to draw really tiny little characters, and you will note, I assume, that this is very similar to a very early drawing that I did of our characters approaching the broad landscape of the abyss. But of course, the landscape of the Great Fault seems a bit more stark, right? It's like an empty wasteland with this endless chasm beyond. And maybe it was well introduced to us. I don't really know. I don't really recall what is the threat and danger of the Great Fault exactly, other than big cliff, climby down, fall, bad time. Probably some monsters and stuff, hawking things that live in, you know, cliffs and chasms and stuff. I also don't know exactly what is at the bottom of the Great Fault or how far it goes. As far as I can recall, I think we've only seen it at this sort of an angle where we can just see the edge of it, and what's hidden beyond is even beyond our perspective. We don't even get to know. So I'm hoping for some cool reveals of the scope of our journey, which the show has been immaculate at bringing to bear for us already, so I don't have any expectation that it'll get worse. And some challenges for our characters, a continuation of our journey, a potential for the utilization of Chekhov's pickaxe gun that has been introduced and has gunpowder in it and might misfire. It's one of those cool things where you've got an item sitting in your inventory and it's really powerful, but there's like a 1 in 20 chance that when you use it, it's going to misfire and explode in your face, and that's going to cause lots of problems. Exciting. We've also got a couple of other setups that I think are important. We've got a life-giving / restoring box that has semi-unknown properties, but has some time limits and shit. I see a potential future where, like, Rico gets crushed by a rock and Reg, distraught, drags her barely living corpse, mostly, back to Ozen. It's like, shove her in the box, please! And Ozen is like, you don't want to do that, you don't know what it'll do. And he's like, please, I can't go on without her. And so we do it, and it gets weird. I could see that kind of shit happening when we've introduced character-altering magics. The potential for those character-altering magics to be applied to our primary characters seems high to me. You know, it seems like it's a possibility. Of course, they've already been applied to Rico, and so maybe that's all we'll get on that front, but I don't know, I've got this sneaking suspicion like that box might get used again. It's too cool a plot element to not fuck with it. And it's got some fucking wacky fuck with the story levels of power. So that's pretty cool. I don't know, do I want to accent this with anything more or just leave it as is? I think I just want to leave it as is because I got this impression of the chasm as, of the fault as very stark and very much a big jump from where we've been to where we're going. And gotta say, that's pretty exciting, isn't it? I think so. I'll put this up. Nice. Just a nice hole. An endless pit. I don't know if we'll do any sort of pit symbolism. It feels a little weird to do it in a show that's all about pits and abysses and stuff. You know, when we had we had Rudy at the bottom of a pit in Mushoku Tensei. It was like I was able to jump off of that and talk a bunch about that feeling of being in the pit internally or emotionally or as a person and stuff like that. And I don't know if we're going to do anything like that. But this is a big descent down a scary cliff. So, on belay? Belay on. Climbing. Beep beep timer. Do-do-do. Ta-da-da. So we're leaving with Marulk. Oh! It would be so nice if you could just stay forever and ever. Yeah, we're not coming back. Unless plot stuff, but... God, they gotta hit us like this at the beginning. I like the stingers at the beginning as a format. But I think in a situation like this, I'd actually prefer the separation. Oh, I forgot it goes up. That's right. Give me chills. We got the song going. See, there's that emotional stacking going on, right? And now it's in a different scenario. There's what we drew. It's in a different scenario. We're looking out at a vast vista. Cool. I don't think that's the Great Fault, y'all. Yeah. Wait, what? Really? Oh, did she has I have forgotten this. I apologize. This is an ominous over. Absolutely just. This is cool. So we slowly descend with them, but we're also isolating our viewpoint. And with the ominous overtone of what's being said. Okay, that interrupts it, but really bringing us into the view of the characters, channeling us down. It's like a narrative funnel. Hmm. What is the shaft that Ozen was talking about? I have missed something. There's a secret shaft that takes them part of the way? I guess I wasn't paying attention during that part. I was probably freaking out about some backstory plot element that she dropped. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Be it a curse or a not, the beating of our hearts is real now has new context with the backstory. So, regardless of whether my life comes from the curse itself, the fact that my heart is beating is real. It's almost, cogito E. Like, my reality is real regardless. Oh, we're up top! Hiya! Cut to... How'd you factor in survival test? Hehe. Fucking sneak. He's actually got cameras down there. He's the big bad. Ooh, cool. Hallucinations. Arms. Magic arms. Oh. Ah, transition. Transition. Ooh, we get spooky violins. Oh, we saw these. They look cute. They terrify me. They terrify me. They're flat. Why are they flat? Oh, that's why. Ah! Dude, you're gonna be a Madoka snack. Okay, get the fuck back. Ack! Well, not doing that. Hey, cute little cuddlies, can we ride you? That is far. That is monstrous. Dude, there are some monsters there. Ah. Oh, we are gonna ride them. What? Wait. Oh! Yummy! Fuck, Rico. Fair enough. He's got a determination that he didn't have before. What? Yeah, there were droppings here. This is home. Or something. I like teeth. Yeah. What's inside? Is Mama home? Hmm. Hmm. Somebody's not gonna be happy about that. Comfy and snacky. There's light. This is a cool landscape. Yeah, this is ancient stuff. What the fuck? Tendrils of mold and greenery. Maybe be quiet. That's from something big. Don't scream. Whatever made it is home. It's been eating little cuddlies. Those are eggs. Oh. Hi. Hi, friend. What's up? We got a pickaxe or a laser beam or anything? Oh, he zooms in. Determined Reg to save the day. If you blast. Oh. We were told. Maybe we could use the pickaxe? Just going, Kevin. No. So maybe don't use it. We'll see. We'll see what he does. I don't know. I think he's got a different he's got a different perspective now. There's the pickaxe. Oh, that's cool. Oh, we just go for it. Yo! Even better the second time. Alright, is that gonna call them all? Don't celebrate too soon. I got 10 minutes. You gotta hide further into the lair. Oh, he's going out. Oh, no. Oh, shit. That's gonna bring them all here. Okay, so that's a different sound. Oh, our old friend. Hi, buddy. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh. Oh, it is our old friend. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. He's got a grudge. He's not gonna give up, either. Oh! Hi, Cuddlies. Fuck. Why are they blocking our exit? Wait, what? Whoa, that'll do it. Thank you. Oh, and Rico falls down and Reg is split. No, we both tumble. Okie dokie. Whee! Orpha. And we're safe, I think. But where are we? Oh. Good though. Sure. Stay here. One job. What are you doing, Rico? What? Just to drag him. Oh boy. She is a determinator. That's for sure. Good girl, Rico. Wow, what a tumbling down, huh? Now she's exhausted herself. Yeah. And I don't know if it was worth it. Love the light. Oh. Smelling tasty snacks? Ba-ding! And immediately she's back. Going double speed. Yahoo! What a goober. Food on the brain. Clonk. Careful. Lighting change. What? Oh. Did we just get Vord? I think we just got Vord. Oh. You just got honeypotted. Dude, you just got honeypot Vord. Uh-oh. You're gonna dissolve. Uh-oh. Sweet something. Mother trucker. Yeah! Ugh. I did not like that. Oh, Jesus. And that's getting all over her. Ugh. How much damage over time? Okay, nice. Oh, and it all floods out. How much damage over time are we taking there? I guess not that much, so... Ugh. What a creepy thing. Get as much of the goop off of you as you can. Hi, friends. You're welcome. I've slain your enemy. Maybe they're angry. Maybe we slew their god. Oh, shit. Why? Oh, no. You are just tasty. CG. Oh, boy. Terrifying. I knew I hated them. Oh, God. And here we go again. What hell? What new hell is this? Ah, jeez. It's like the Chihuahua battle. Could Breg wake up soon, please? She's doing great, though. Holy jeez. I thought the plant thing was the end. Oh, a light at the end of the tunnel. Maybe it's another trap. Ooh, what the hell? We got some crystalline formations. That's spooky. And cathedral-y. Oh. Ah! No choice. Oh shit, she's gonna take it. Yo. That is full Sisyphean. This is our first time with serious curse sickness. Yeah. Nausea. Oh, and hallucinations? And hallucinations! Can't forget those. Hey, look, just lay your head right here. Yeah, let's just hang out. We could just hang out here forever. Wow, and they all tell her to turn back. Turn back, turn back. Take it easy, take it easy. You don't have to go further. There's no going back. Oh boy. Full hallucinations. You're falling off a cliff and dreaming. Dream just piecing it together to make it make sense. And everybody's there. Something's gonna fucking be super weird. I'm waiting for the shoe to drop. This is gonna get super spooky. Oh, just like the day that we arrived at the White Whistle. And oh yeah, it's nonsensical. Even Ozen is up here. Oh my god, running forward and jumping. Just straight off the cliff, dude. Where's my mom? Where's Reg? Yeah. Ah. The missing piece. Oh. Ugh. You left him. You left him. Don't jump off the cliff! Holy shit, she did it. Alright, now you can pass out for a while. Yeah, deserved. Let's go. No way I'd leave you. Aww. Yeah, she did get to see that. And perfect timing to awaken. Ah, you motherfucker. Oh my god, it knew! How do you find us? Bug off. Pickaxe. So we're gonna have a heroic moment after her big journey. So she does this internalized journey and gets to overcome a grand fear in the process and actualize. Let's go. Oh, Reg, why you take this moment away from my girl? No, Reg, I appreciate it, but man, no, dude, you use it. You're the hip. Oh, fucking hell. Tell her to use it. Shit. That's super baller, but I really wish that Rico had gotten to use it. Because that takes the wind out of my whole analysis. But I guess that is part of her deal, is like to be reliant on others and to help them in turn. It's beaky-ish. I'll say. Hmm. Hmm. That's very cool. Aww. So that does tie in, and her giving him the. I still think it would be so much more fulfilling if it was her to swing the blade. You know, it's her mother's sword. And no super permanent damage from climbing, it seems. Oh. Setup. Oh. Ooh, the glowing pedestals. Sweet. Set up. And Fiend! ED stuff at Fiend. That was fun. It ends up doing some of the... It's so interesting because the whole thing about it, a fault or whatever doesn't come into play. Nobody makes a grand mistake or has a falling out between characters. But we do separate our characters, and we give Rico space to breathe alone. And it lets us delve into her. It's really powerful. You son of a bitch! Get exploded! It's a cool fulfillment. Still gotta meet this character. I thought we might do it this episode because we kept tumbling down into places. And we keep seeing this umbrella. They have it with them, but it looks like they've applied a bunch of shit to it. Looks like Velcroed on. I don't know. Yeah, there it is. And next will be just the Goblets of Giants. We've been pretty straightforward with our naming. Poison and the Curse. Not Goblets of Giants. So, much more creative with the naming, and far more interesting. Poison and the Curse. I will mention that. The whole idea about going back up for the box doesn't apply anymore, because Rico won't fucking make it. Holy shit. Although Ozin could bring it down to her, I guess. Anyway, this episode ended up being lovely. I did mention that the stinger is a little weird because it's so potent emotionally. The last minute of the last episode was so potent emotionally and led to such a cliffhanged build up here that it felt to me like we should have just started here and left those emotions be. But as it progressed and as the music swells and we show the landscape, it started to feel more correct to me and pretty darn cool. So we get this, and then I guess I'll say it just straightforwardly. I think there are some mistakes in the way that this first portion of the episode is set up, or things that could have been done slightly differently to create a different vibe. So what I would do, honestly, is I would take that whole section of emotional content that we got right up until here, where we're looking up off the cliff, and we get this, like, yeah, we're ready, yeah, we're gonna go, and then we cut to OP, okay? Because that's our point of departure from the thing. That's our point of division. And then we get this sequence where our characters are close in and focused on their actual journey and mission, and we keep like closing in our camera angle as we go. We get narrower as we show the cave entrance itself, and then narrower as we show them looking into it, and it funnels us down and in, and then narrower still as we move into these perspectives around our characters, and then to the greatest, most narrow thing that you can really get, which is a first-person point of view in your character's perspective as these cliff segments sort of go by right here. And it's lovely. It's wonderfully done. I'm not sure how they did this. It's some blend of digital techniques and otherwise, where they get this like scintillating as the light crosses over it. It's really gorgeous looking, and it's as narrow as can be. Not only are we first-person POV, we're first-person POV with a lit like spotlight facing a wall, right? We're narrowed down as much as we can, and then we totally undercut all of that by bringing the OP in, and it brings us this big expansive soundscape, right? So I think the OP should be right here where we get the transition, so that we get this lift up here we are in the emotions of last episode, lifting up out into the next episode. Great. And then OP comes here. And then when we open our scene, our characters are brought in and in and in and deeper and deeper and deeper instead of being interrupted by the OP, because we come right back to it and we have to use this to hold us back and forth, right? Instead of keeping us in this flow with these characters. I don't know. It works as is, but it ends up being kind of choppy. And I think if you watch through the first couple of minutes of the episode, you'll really feel that there is some chop to the way that it's put together. And part of that is that Penkin produces such an immersive soundscape, and so you interrupt it with an OP, and it's just like poof, it's gone. But we pretty immediately pick back up with looming terror beside us the entire time, as foreshadowed by the voiceover in the beginning, and with Reg with a new attitude, a new, like, it's as though his character design sheet has been totally replaced, whereas his stature and positioning and way of holding himself before was different. Now he is continuously at this angle with his jaw set and his like eyes forward. He's in this like forward center of mass posture all the time. And while Rico is laughing and giggling through it, Reg is fucking serial here. He drops in here and he's like Spider-Man dropping, and he's like, Rico, we gotta get going. The team needs us. Like we've got a mission to complete. He's on it. He is on it, right? His whole perspective has been changed and his attitude as a character has been changed. And that's progressive character growth, right? So instead of us waiting for the end of the story for our character to make some huge decision that indicates to us that they've grown over the course of the story, our character is actively changing as his circumstances and understanding of the world changes. He gets told off pretty hard by Ozen, gets beat the shit kicked out of him, and it has the desired effect of making him take this shit seriously. And he does. Rico's still a little funky and fiddly, and she's a goober. She's such a goober, right? She's the kind of character who is totally at her last wits, at the edge of her rope, no more energy, and she smells something tasty and just trots off, no problem, right? But Reg's got this bit of a fire to him. He's also got gray eyebrows. Was that always the case, or is that new? I don't really know. They feel different. I just don't feel like I noticed them before. I love this environment. I like the landscape of it and the sort of attitude of it, everything at an angle, and then the ribs of this ship, literally what they're called, the ribs of the ship, all sticking up. It's timeless and it's ruined and awesome, but it's also got this feel like looking at the Parthenon with all the pillars, and it's got this, it's formatted to really pull you in. Sorry, there's somebody mowing a lawn outside or something, so there might be some buzz in the background. Super cool environment. And of course, Rico's just such a goober. And here we are in Dangerland. And it's great. We again are doing all this play with where our POV is to bring us into the terror and the horror of the moment. And it's as perfect as can be. Bam, we look up and it's slavering jaws slaver. Blah, 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 and it charges. I mean, that is a spooky fucking monster, and it is off. Shit gets real, and Reg is immediately there. Bam, right? So we continue this setup of Reg is here, he's powerful, and he's making those decisions as he was told to make them, but they still have the same repercussions, right? He's still going to go out, but he feels like his hand is forced, and so he does it, and that leads to the plot of our episode, which is Reg is passing out, Rico's got to handle things. And we've got a much bigger fish to fry at the same time as his laser blast calls out. Of course, so it hears and sees the laser blast and is then like, my enemy! Duel me! Tiny child, duel me! Appreciate these little puffins for being a plot blockage, and then stopping to being a plot blockage. And in the caves, Rico makes the choice to keep moving. And it doesn't seem like it's entirely necessary. It feels like they could have just stayed right here the whole time, right? But despite that, Rico is not the type to stay still, so we'll hand wave it. And here we are. Drag, 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 drag. And it's a cascade of difficulties for her. She gets pulled in by something that she should have recognized, probably. That's the impression that I get. But at her wit's end, she gets drawn in by this spooky vor plant, which could have been really bad. And I thought this was going to be our moment of really bad. I thought Rico was going to start melting, but it ends up being pretty okay, honestly. And then we get attacked by a ravenous horde of reverse beavers, which is not fun. Although the CG puddle of them is kind of fun. And away we continue until we find the final challenge, the final test. And in a hallway, a cathedral almost, like a grand temple of the abyss, Rico climbs against reality itself, Sisyphean in her self-determined, self-chosen task of climb this hill for whatever reason. Doesn't matter. The point is, Rico sets a goal for herself, and there it is, and she starts climbing, and she's facing all of her demons in order to do this. And her demons all take the form of the people that she knows and loves, the closest people to her. And her demons are not mad, evil people being like, you can't do it, you suck, Rico, you're the worst. It's none of that shit. Her demons are much simpler. They are the soft lullaby voice pulling her into complacency, into giving up, into not pursuing the dream. And that's what our whole story has been about. That's what we set up in Orth, is that there are two types of people in this particular world. There are those who yearn for the abyss, and then there are the liars who pretend that they don't actually have that call and don't actually follow it out, right? And Rico is not a liar. Rico is as true to her calling as she can be, and so she'll follow that yearning. And all of that temptation to give in and take it easy is her thing to overcome. And so she does so, pushes through it all, physical and psychological, comfort and torture. And even the goal that she has set for herself, it turns out, is not the real goal. Rico's stated motivation for going to the bottom of the abyss is to find her mother, right? My mom is waiting for me. But we see in this dream that she gets what she says she wanted. There's Mom. Here we are. And her answer is, but if Reg's not with me, then there's no point in even coming back up here. So, I guess what Rico says she wants and what she actually wants aren't exactly entirely aligned, are they? Not completely. It would be lovely to go and get Liza back, in whatever form that takes. But without Reg, it doesn't even count. So that's pretty interesting, and it gives us this potent confirmation of the bond between our characters by separating them. Which, interestingly enough, is the same as the purpose of that sort of second act tension that we get in movies that I talked about at the beginning. Even though that's not what we did in the episode, we did end up separating our characters and giving them each more time to breathe, although Reg did his while asleep. Rico got her room to really shine, and in doing so, we actually were able to align that toward bringing our characters back together. And so, while I'm dismayed by the lack of rapid fulfillment of the cool and easy trope type of Rico should be the one to swing the dope pickaxe thing and defeat the monster immediately after her internal choice to do this journey and successful overcoming of internal walls and this new willingness to face off against Monster's there. She sets up, right? She sets up, and she's ready to do it too. She's scared, but she's ready. She's gonna swing on this thing, and bam, Reg is there, and he interrupts. But what works here? What I think ends up working is I think that if Reg just punches the monster and the monster goes "Rawr," and flies away, that's garbage. That fails. That's an F. A-, though, at least, maybe more, for what's Rico's role? It's not to overstep what she can do, really. It's to be part of a team and rely on the people around her. So she learns that she's been relying on Reg this whole time, and just how much. Learns a little bit how much she can rely on herself, and is ready and willing to. But when it comes down to it, Reg's the man for the job, so he gets the pickaxe. And that is it's a reaching out Hibiki style. It's a we are team moment. It's a statement of bond and a reconfirmation of our characters being brought back together after their metaphorical separation over the course of the episode. And it's pretty cool. We get a cool pose, a couple of cool clickety things, clickety clackety, and then a big wham boom swing boom bam kapow tumble 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 get fucked get fucked. And Rico comes out with a new attitude toward how much she relies on Reg, and then we set up the Goblets of Giants and a suspicious title, which is Poison and the Curse, and those are both bad things, I think. So that's interesting. You know what wasn't a bad thing? This episode of Made in Abyss. You know what I don't expect to be a bad thing? Next episode of Made in Abyss. I expect it to be great, because it keeps being great. So thanks so much for watching this week's episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you had a good time with the discussion and everything, and talking about the way that the episode shook out. If you've got any other interpretations of what happened, let me know in the comments. Otherwise, I will see you next week for the Goblets of Giants, the Poison, and the Curse, and we'll see how that all shakes out. You can get that episode a little bit early on the Patreon. Check it out. There's a poll going on as well. And I'll see ya there or somewhere else. Much love. Peace.